I'm Soledad O'Brien. Welcome to Matter of Fact. Democrats and Republicans came together on Capitol Hill this past week for a new bipartisan effort to finally add equal rights for women to the U.S. Constitution. Congress passed the Equal Rights Amendment back in 1972. That's 47 years ago. It was then sent to the states for ratification. Well, that still hasn't happened. In addition to the approval of 2/3 of Congress, a constitutional amendment needs approval by 3/4 of the states. But only 37 states have ratified the amendment, one short of the 38 needed. Congresswoman Jackie Speier is a Democrat from California and introduced new legislation with Congressman Tom Reed, a Republican from New York. We're going to talk to Congressman Reed in just a moment. But first, Congresswoman Speier, it's so nice to have you with us.
Great to be with you.
So walk me through what your strategy is for this particular legislation. It's actually not about equal rights. It's about a timeline.
Exactly. When the First Amendment was put before the voters in the states, it had a deadline. So what we're saying now is we're going to just strike the deadline altogether. We now have 37 states. We're looking at either Virginia or North Carolina or Arizona to take us to 38. And then maybe then the women will be in the Constitution and no longer can be discriminated against.
Why do you think it's taken almost 50 years?
Which
does not bode well,
no,
frankly,
it does not.
for this happening.
So why? Good question. I think there was an effort by conservatives for a long time to say it would mean women would be in the military. It would mean that you'd have to have unisex bathrooms. Well, come to find out, all those things have happened without the ERA being passed. But what's so important is the fact that because there's not a prohibition in the Constitution against discrimination based on sex, there is the opportunity to do that.
There are people in opposition who would say, listen, state law protects women. Federal law protects women. Part of the reason you don't need it is good news. Where it's 2019, we don't need to do it because the law's already there, statewide and federally, that protect women.
So there's only 24 states that have actually passed an Equal Rights Amendment. And those that say you don't need it, aren't living the life of a woman. So ask Peggy Young, who worked at UPS for 10 years and then got pregnant and then was told because she couldn't lift 20 pounds that she would have to take a leave of absence and lose her health insurance, while men who had heart attacks, who couldn't lift 20 pounds, were accommodated and she was not. Went all the way to the Supreme Court and it was found that it was discrimination, but it wasn't intentional.
We'll see where it goes. Congresswoman Jackie Speier, nice to have you with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
13 states have not ratified the ERA. They are predominantly socially conservative red states. Republican Congressman Tom Reed of New York co-sponsored the latest legislation to ratify the ERA. It's so nice to have you with us.
It's great to be with you.
So those 13 states, how likely do you really think it is that you're going to be able to get one of them over the finish line?
Well, we're so close. And, you know, from my perspective, being the representative for Seneca Falls, this was a natural fit to be the voice on the Republican side, as well as having that legacy in our backyard. So I think getting those states to the finish line is something that's very doable. And we're right at the cusp of it. One more state, and we're there.
You say Seneca Falls, and I think for a lot of Americans who don't have any idea what Seneca Falls is, explain that, but also share a little bit about your story, because you're a dude, you're a guy, as a co-sponsor, not just signing on, but co-sponsoring the legislation. I thought your backstory and what propelled you to really be part of this was really interesting.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, well, obviously, Seneca Falls is the birthplace of the women's rights movement. Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. The rich history is right there in the 23rd Congressional District, right in the Finger Lakes area. But more importantly, what motivated me to stand with Jackie and Carolyn on these bills, as well as with this movement, is, you know, I'm the youngest of 12 children. I have 8 older sisters, and I have 3 older brothers. And my mom, my father passed when I was 2. And so my mom was a single mother. And I will tell you,
having 12 kids.
12 kids. And having been raised in that household, you know, I saw the power of women. I saw what my mom taught me, that there is no limits on who you are in America, be it by your sex, color, any type of discrimination is unacceptable. And so when I've experienced those stories through them, because they've experienced it through their lives. I've heard their stories, my sister and my mother's stories, and it just felt right to be a voice for my mom, Betty Barr Reed, and just stand with these great women to get this to the finish line.
What is the argument for those states that are socially conservative? What are they fearful of? I mean, it's been 47 years.
Yeah. You would think we would not be having this conversation in 2019, but we are, and it's taken so many years to get to this point. Why this wasn't done decades ago is a question to me. But when I hear folks that are fighting against this or take a position against it, generally what I hear, because I really do try to understand where the other side is coming from, is that well, it's not necessary. I mean, you read the Supreme Court cases, you read the Supreme Court justices, and you hear some of them articulate that they're strict interpretive people of the Constitution say, well, it doesn't say women. It doesn't say, and in the beginning of our nation, women were not treated equally, and so there's that argument that needs to be addressed.
Congressman Tom Reed of the great state of New York, thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.